Would you believe me if I told you that your matric certificate is not reason enough to be a barrier between you and your dream career? Hello family, and a very warm welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for coming back. And if you're coming here for the first time, my name is Akani Shivambu, and do not hesitate to become part of our family by hitting that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get to the topic of the day. So, since foundation is as crucial as well, any advices literally, I'll be offering some advices to matric students before they actually get to varsities. Before they are first year students, seniors and all, they have to pass through matric, and I think proper preparation might help in some ways for students. Okay, so I was doing some research because most students, it's not that they didn't do well on matric, but mostly because of how they applied, they made the errors and all that. So in today's video I'll be assisting, giving tips on how you can apply and all of this stuff literally. So before you apply in matric, before you apply for varsity, you need to know what you want as a person. Someone advised me when choosing my career that when choosing a career you have to think of would I do this career if I didn't get paid at all? Would I be comfortable doing this job, doing this career, being in this field? Would I be comfortable with that? Because at the end of the day, the career that you choose is something that you will be stuck with you for the rest of your life. So it is very important to make sure that you choose right and choose something that you know that you're gonna get a job from. You're not only going to waste your time and resources, funding and all that. Mostly with people that are gonna use NSFAS, you know, NSFAS only funds you like one course, one qualification, and then they stop there. And if you didn't do well, there are chances that you cannot get, you'll struggle with funding to do your honors, masters, all the way to PhD. And before applying, you need to know, you need to make sure, if your resources are limited, that you choose a course that you know you're gonna get your degree, go look for a job, and maybe if you decide to pursue your studies, you can fund while working. You can fund your studies while working. You need to research well. Okay, mostly qualifications like psychology needs you to have money. It needs you to do your research properly, be sure that this is something that you want. And also some BSc qualifications courses need you to further your studies even further. So BA courses, BSc, BA mostly needs you to further your studies. Like psychology, you need to do your masters, do until your masters before I think you can do your internship and stuff like that. And also BSc, mostly that BSc courses that are in demand, I think it's mathematics, things that got to do with like finances, computer, and stuff like that, and courses like that. I don't really have much details, but yeah, you'll be on the right track if you choose a BSc that is in line with the courses that I that I mentioned. And also biological sciences with BSc, I think it's one of those specialists, what do they call it, that you need to be on the lookout for. I wouldn't really suggest that you go for that, well, unless you've got another plan. And then also, yeah, but all in all, you need to make sure that it's a course that will give you something. You know, you won't have to struggle a lot. I know that, well, people, they say the higher the struggle, the what you're gonna get good rewards and something like that, but it doesn't have to be always like that if there are better choices. Now, when it came to choosing careers, I think I wanted to do psychology because I thought, well, it is a career that I know that I'm gonna strive in. I know that I liked psychology, and mostly because of, well, my mental health. I thought, well, maybe this is the right career for me, to listen to other people's problems and all that. But then I also had to think that, well, is this really me? And I had to think economically that I wouldn't have the funding to further my to fund the psychology degree that I wanted. After the degree, the honors, the masters and all, and as a result, I chose accounting, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with where I am. But, well, if it's something that you're passionate about, you can always go for it. But you need to remember that when you're choosing a career, let it be something that you know you'll be happy about. And sometimes, well, as much as we can say that you need to choose something that you are happy about, you also need to look at reality. I don't think choosing something because, well, you love that in this economy is much of a good idea. I know that people are saying that, oh, go for something that you want and all, and I know that I'm contradicting myself, but choosing what you love, choosing something that you know will benefit you in future, I think are those two options that you need to consider. So anyway, okay, so when it comes to applying, you need to be sure that you need to keep a balance between your first choice and your second choice, so that you know, a lot can happen in a year. You can be a good student, but then you come across situations like life always happen. And if you know that you are maybe an average student, you need to be aiming for things. Well, you can apply, you can do your first choice, which is your degree, and maybe you, as a second choice, maybe you can do well, an extended course to that degree. That way you know that whatever happens, you'll be still doing what you love. Okay. And if you know that maybe you are not doing well, you haven't been doing well, but there's this particular course that you want to do, maybe a degree in something, there's always another way that you can go about it, which is applying for a higher certificate in that career. And then after doing your higher certificate, you go to, in some varsities, you go straight to a bachelor's degree or a diploma, which is, well, is something, well, that you need to consider. At least it will be like, be aligned with your path, right? I hope you got that. So okay, as I said, there are extended programs, and then there are diploma courses, and then there are degrees, of course. And okay, so as I said, that when you're applying, you need to consider a lot of options. And the options that you have are extended programs, which requires, well, a less APS than the actual degree. And then there are extended diplomas and extended degrees, which is, well, it's not a bad thing. And with extended degrees, it's extended degrees and, well, extra degrees. The only difference is that you have to add a year, which is, well, worth it. I mean, you'll be doing something that is what you wanted. And also with degrees, it's also the same. Extended program is like an extra year, but it's the same thing. And then, well, here what I have is UJ for extended programs. They usually require 26 APS with maths, and when you have maths lit, it's 24 APS. So 24 APS is like, maybe you can get your maybe you can get, for your language, you can get maybe a 5, and then your additional language. Okay, for your language, 5 is between 60 and 69, and then you can do your, in the additional language, maybe you can get 5, and then I think it's doable. 22, 24 is pretty much doable. And then with degrees, it's 25 with maths, and then 28 with maths lit, which is also doable. And then oh, this is extended programs, by the way. It's diplomas and degrees. And then there's also that option of applying for a higher certificate, and then after that you continue with your degree. I think UNISA mostly is one varsity that I know that you can go straight into your degree after doing your higher certificate for like a year. A higher certificate is a year, by the way. Okay, so another option UJ has is the National Certificate for Adults, abbreviated NASCA, which is if you have your English and you have level 5, which is between 60 and 69%, and then you have your maths at level 5, or your maths lit, which is between 70 to 79, which is level 6, you qualify for extended diplomas and diploma programs. So with this, it's for if you are over the age of 21 and above and you don't qualify, and yeah, you couldn't get into varsity because you didn't have enough APS. There's the option of NASCA, National Certificate for Adults. You can use the certificate as long as you have level 5 for English, level 5 for maths, and level 6 for mathematics literacy. You qualify for extended diplomas and diploma programs, which is a good option. And for this, you might have to write a test so they can text you for if you'll be able to cope or manage with the course that you're going to apply for, which is pretty much doable. And with that being said, this topic today I'm talking about applications. With UJ, applications have opened. You can apply at www.gj.ac.za. I will try to put links on the description box. And then for both the applications for accommodation and undergraduate programs close on the 31st of October at 12, so you still have time. And if you're not sure about some things, ask, please, because at the end of the day, having good marks in these universities work with applications. Okay. And another varsity that I managed to get information is UFS. Applications have opened on the 1st of April 2023, so you can apply. I'm gonna put the link on the description box. So for at UFS, they have higher certificates in economics and management sciences, higher certificate in humanities. It's the higher certificates that they had a lot of higher certificates, but then I thought these, because they had higher certificates in divinity, something like that. So I thought these ones are the most useful. In economics and management sciences, you can use that to get into a degree in economics, accounting. Economics and management sciences also include accounting and the likes. So you can apply for that. And higher certificate in humanities, which is, if you need more information about the humanities, faculty of humanities, please do ask. And then for UFS, while we're still on UFS, they have the general minimum admission requirements. It's an admission point of 18, which is doable if you get, maybe, as I said, you can get your minimum admission points from languages. Let's say you have Xitsonga, English, and you have like level 5, and then maybe for 2 subjects for your maths, for your, okay, let's not say maths, okay, I had accounting, maybe for your accounting you have like 4, and then for your maths, because maths is also a requirement, you can have level 3, and then maybe another subject, life sciences or whatever you have, or your history, you can have, maybe 3, and then you qualify to get into varsity with only admission points of 18. And then basically that's it. And they don't include an O. So there are many ways, guys, to get into varsity. That's just what I wanted to highlight for today's talk. So before you apply, you just make sure that you ask, do your research, try to ask. I will try to get numbers and put them in the description box. You can also call, ask universities if there's something that you're not sure of. And also higher certificates, a lot of universities have higher certificates. It's not only UFS and yeah, it's not only UFS and UNISA. I think those are the ones that I have mentioned. It's just that with UFS and UJ, um, those are the universities that I was able to find well a little bit of information. So yeah, I think I've covered almost anything. Just make sure you ask, guys. And another thing, choose your career wisely, knowing that it's something that's going to like stick with you. Oh, and also with if okay, and another thing that you can do these days, there are many ways that you can, well, find yourself doing something that you love. For example, for someone that did accounting and feels that they wanna well do something that is related. Okay, if you're someone who wants to do psychology, okay, there's another way that you can go on about it. You can do your accounting and then a degree in accounting, and then you do your, and then after your degree for your honors, there's a, yeah, I think there's an option, industrial psychology or something like that. That's a better option. And also for those who want to apply for psychology, make sure that you apply for Bachelor of Psychology, not BA in psychology. That way you have more better options, because the competition here is getting into honors, and with your psychology you need your honors. The competition is very, very tight. I think most universities, well, the university that I'm at NMU, takes, I think mostly for honors in psychology, they take about 40 students, and that's really low, so it's very competitive. To be on the safe side, go for Bachelor of Psychology. And someone mentioned that you can also do social work. Yeah, you can also do social work, Bachelor of, is it social work? Please forgive me if I'm butchering anything here, but yeah, social work is also a better option because you do your 4 years. And there's someone who did social work, and you can get bursaries to further your studies with that. There's also options. Someone mentioned that you can do, it's, I think it's mostly about what you choose to major in. So I think with social work there are a lot of options that you can do. Also you can get into law, specialize in law and the likes, and it also has psychology. Those options are what you have to consider. But anyway, make sure that your options are right. Well, I think I know that I'm not good with explanations, but I hope I made sense in a way. So that's it from me, guys. Until next time, it's a bye. Love and light. See you on the next video.